Good morning, lovely doTERRA family. So I am here this morning to continue our Autumn Allies series. So this is going to be all about how you can support yourself as the season changes. So as we move from summer to autumn, how you can support your system. So last week we talked about how you can support your immune system, your digestion, all the ways you can support yourself physically. So against pathogens for colds and flus and things like that. And then this week, we're going to be talking about supporting ourselves emotionally, which is something we probably all need at the moment because there's so much uncertainty everywhere in the world. We're not sure what's happening from day to day. Everything changes. There's no consistency. So we can all feel quite scattered, overwhelmed, anxious because of this underlying stress that we're all under at the moment, alongside our normal daily lives. So today we're going to be talking about how you can support overwhelm and anxiety if you need energy or maybe uplifting, and then also to support your sleep as well. So before I go into the oils, I want to just touch on the importance of nutrition and your gut health. So if you've been here for a while and you've been in the units of this group and you've looked at the unit where emotional oils is and how we can support ourselves emotionally, you will have known, if you've heard me speak before, about our gut and brain connection. So our gut is linked to our brain with what is called the vagus nerve. And our gut health, if it is not in good health, it is not balanced, it actually reduces the amount of serotonin that's released into our body, which can then obviously affect our brain and how we feel. So if you have poor digestion at the moment, if you really struggle with digestive issues, and you're also suffering with anxiety, I would highly recommend that you cleanse your gut for 10 days and then take a course of probiotics and maybe use the digestive enzymes that doTERRA have as well, which are called Terrazyme. So I would highly recommend, if you want to speak to me a little bit more in depth about that, then either comment underneath this video, message me directly, and we can chat one-to-one about that. And then also your nutrition. So if you are missing specific nutrients, minerals, vitamins, this can also affect how you feel emotionally as well. So I remember a couple of years ago, one of my friends suffered really, really badly, feeling quite depressed, tearful for quite a few months, I'd say. And it turned out that she was really lacking in vitamin D. So your nutrients that you're eating, making sure that you're eating the rainbow, eating lots of raw vegetables, fruit, things like that. When the weather gets colder, you can make soups, which I'm going to put a recipe up this week for you. And as always, I highly recommend the doTERRA Lifelong Vitality Pack. That for sure has been a game changer for me in my mood and my emotions as well. So that's how you can support yourself internally. So your gut health and making sure that you're getting the right nutrients. And then we'll go on to the oils that can support you. So I'm going to start with oils to support stress management and overwhelm. So when we're using the oils, it's not like modern medicine where you're feeling stressed and you take something to band-aid that, if you like. Yes, we can use the oils in moments of stress to just change our neurochemistry of our brain and how we feel with the aroma of the oils. But there are certain things that you can do with your oils as preventative measures to support yourself. So I'm going to go through my routine, my daily routine of how I support myself emotionally to prevent myself from getting overwhelmed and stressed. So like I've just said, I take the Lifelong Vitality Pack supplements, I take the probiotics, and I take the digestive enzymes. So that is going to support me initially anyway. Then I have when I wake up. So when I wake up in the morning, I first of all will apply balance to the bottoms of my feet, to my wrists, and the sides of my neck. And I'll also inhale the aroma of that oil. So our balance blend is a grounding blend. So if you wake up feeling quite overwhelmed and stressed, it's a very good way to calm you down as soon as you wake. By putting that oil on the bottoms of your feet, on your wrists, and the sides of your neck. The sides of your neck and your wrists are your pulse points. So that will get the oil into your bloodstream really quickly. And then the bottoms of your feet, the oils will be in every cell of your body within about 20 minutes. And there's actually a really cool video, which I'll upload into this group, that is the cells under a microscope. And it shows them all scattered. And then after somebody applying the balance oil, it shows them calming down. It's pretty clever of how the body reacts to the oils. So that's what balance can do for us. So I start with that. And then I then put peppermint on my forehead, the back of my neck, and breathe in the aroma of that. Now, peppermint is uplifting, it's energizing. So for you in the morning, a balance can make you feel nice and calm and grounded. And then if you need energizing and uplifting, you can use your peppermint as well. Another oil which is really, really lovely for uplifting, if you don't like peppermint, is the wild orange oil. So you could inhale that instead. Then I go downstairs and I put our diffuser on. So at the moment, I'm diffusing things like On Guard, wild orange, peppermint, air blend, mainly to support our immune systems. But I always make sure that I've got air or peppermint or something like that diffusing in the morning to uplift and energize us. And then wild orange, which is in the On Guard as well, is also very good for calming, but it's also really good for supporting our immune system as well. So those are what I do initially when I get up. And then I take a couple of oils as well, which you all know, my 3 staples, which are turmeric, which is really good for reducing inflammation within the body. And then you've got your copaiba and your frankincense. Now, these, I talk about taking those 2 oils for health insurance physically, which they are for sure. But they're also 2 oils that are from trees. And when you look into the emotional support of tree oils, again, they are all very grounding, very calming. So when I have moments of overwhelm or stress, so if I'm feeling like I'm starting to get anxious and stressed, I will take a couple of drops of copaiba oil under my tongue. And for me, that instantly calms my system. So for those of you who don't know, copaiba is a cousin of the cannabis plant. So it's actually a tree in Brazil. And basically, it's got cannabinoids within it. And so it works in the same way as cannabis oil or CBD oil does, except actually it's much more effective. It's about 50 times stronger as well. So copaiba is very good for calming the nervous system. So I actually have this in my bag. So if I'm in the car, if I'm out and about and I'm feeling stressed, I take a couple of drops of that. And then I have my peppermint and my wild orange oil, and I inhale those, and that just helps to uplift me and bring me back into the moment. And that's what I love about these oils. So, you know, I teach yoga, meditation, practices on self-care, on how you can support yourself day to day with dealing with stress. And yes, yoga and meditation and breathing exercises can all help for sure. But what I love about the oils is that you can get an oil, we'll do it now, get a wild orange oil, place a drop into your palm, rub your hands together, close your eyes, and just inhale the aroma. And in seconds, your neurochemistry of your brain has changed and your mood will have changed as well. So literally, like a minute's practice with the oils can completely change how you feel, which I think is pretty amazing. And if you've been here for a while, you've heard me talk about when you inhale the aroma of pure aromatic compounds, which are what the oils are, and this isn't the same with fake fragrances. When you're inhaling the pure aromatic compounds of essential oils, they literally go into the limbic part of your brain and change the neurochemistry of your brain. So if you're feeling overwhelmed, wild orange can take you to feeling calm pretty quickly. There's lots of oils that can help you feel calm. I'm just going to go through the oils today, which I think most of you will have, and a few others that I really personally love that you may want to get in the future as well. So those are my kind of staple oils on a day-to-day basis for me to feel calm, uplifted, and emotionally more stable. There's another couple of oils that I really, really love, and you would have seen me post over the last couple of months that I've been working with the oils on different acupressure points, which I have found really, really helpful to help me feel more stable, more centered, when I feel stressed, nervous. Obviously, baby is due today, by the way. You know, there's so much change going on in everybody's lives, but obviously with mine even more so by bringing a new little person into the world. So a couple of oils that I've been working with on a day-to-day basis as well is jasmine. And jasmine oil you can put on your wrists, and this point here on the middle of your wrist, it's the heart point, and you can press your wrists together and hold between 1 minute and 3 minutes. And jasmine is the oil of trust. So something you could say to yourself to calm you, which is what I have been doing every morning as a practice, is that I have faith and I trust that I'm always being supported. And just smelling jasmine, it's like instant calm. It's amazing. So that's something I've been using. And then the other oil that I really love is magnolia. So magnolia is the oil of compassion. And this I used a lot in the lockdown. I actually put it all over my forearms and just breathed it in. So compassion for yourself and compassion for others. There's a lot of anger, a lot of opinions out there at the moment. So compassion is a really good one to utilize in these times when there's so much going on. So those would be my oils for overwhelm, stress. If you suffer really badly from anxiety, there's another couple of things that you can do. So we have the air blend. So that is the respiratory blend. If you feel like you literally can't breathe, applying the air blend all over your chest, breathing it in, diffusing it, literally helps you to breathe more fuller, deeper breaths. When we feel anxious, we tend to stop breathing deeply, sometimes stop breathing altogether. So the air blend can help us to draw in more breath and to calm with more ease. So that's something I would suggest that you could do if you suffer from actual anxiety or panic attacks. There is also the Serenity soft gels. So I know a couple of people in our community, if they have been nervous of something like an event coming up, flying on a plane, which obviously not much of us are doing that at the moment. But if there's anything that you're coming up against, or maybe an event that's coming up, or maybe people that you're seeing, or just generally going out and about, actually, you know, considering what the situation we've been in, taking the Serenity soft gel, it has the Serenity oil within it. It's a sleep aid, but it doesn't knock you out like over-the-counter medication. It basically helps your body to relax in a natural way. So if you do feel very anxious and overwhelmed, then you can take Serenity soft gels to calm that anxiousness. So that would be something I would also recommend. We also have our adaptive blend, which I've actually forgot to brought up with me today. So that's the new blend for anxiety. And again, you can diffuse that. You can take a couple of drops underneath your tongue. You can breathe it in. I haven't actually used that much. I tend to find the Copaiba works better for me. And I'll just say this, that these are things I recommend that have worked for me. Some of you might find that some of these oils don't work for you, and that's absolutely fine. We are all individual people. The oils work differently on different people. So I would always say to try what's recommended, and then if that doesn't work, try something else. You will generally find something that works for you in the end, but it may take a couple of times. So I'd just say with the oils, sometimes they won't work straight away. And that's, to be honest, it's a good thing, because when you're using the oils, you're using them, in a healing process. It's not like modern medicine where we slap a band-aid on top, cover up what's going on, and go about our day, and then things get worse. With the oils, they will work with your system to heal you both physically and emotionally, but it is a process, and sometimes you will feel worse before you get better. So I just want to reiterate that essential oils and plant medicine work in a very different way to modern medicine. And sometimes it can be harder because it's a journey that you have to go on. But in the long run, you'll be better off, because the oils will work with your body as a whole, which is why it's called holistic. You're treating your body as a whole. Okay. So then we have energy support. So my go-to oil for energy, hands down, is peppermint. Peppermint has been my lifesaver pretty much the whole time I've been with doTERRA, but particularly while I've been pregnant. Just inhaling the aroma of it, diffusing it, using it in the morning. I literally have peppermint in every room of my house. I have it in my handbag. It's just amazing. You can inhale it. You can press a little drop of it into the roof of your mouth to give you a bit of uplift and energize. Excuse me. You can rub it onto the back of your neck and your shoulders if you're feeling stressed, to relieve tension. If you feel anxious and you get anxiety in your tummy, you can put the peppermint on your tummy to relieve that. And then, of course, you can diffuse it. You can also have it in water. So sometimes in the afternoon, when you get that kind of afternoon slump, have a drop of peppermint in either cold water if it's a nice day, or make a peppermint tea. Have a drop of peppermint in hot water and sip that, and see how it changes your state in quite a short time. So that's for energy. The other thing that doTERRA do, which I have been using actually quite a lot in my pregnancy, is the Mito2 Max supplements. So Mito2 Max, Mito stands for mitochondria, and mitochondria are what actually give our cells energy, so give our body energy. So the Mito2 Max supplements, they haven't got any caffeine or anything in them. They've got everything that the mitochondria need to give us energy. So I take one in the morning with my Lifelong Vitality Pack, and one in the afternoon to help keep my energy levels nice and stable. If you train, so if you run, work out, do weight training, you can use the Mito2 Max for that as well before you train. I find that really, really helpful as well. The other thing you can do topically to relieve tension and stress in your body is your deep blue rub. So this on your neck and shoulders, rubbed into your back, is absolutely amazing for relieving tension in your body physically as well. And then lastly, I want to talk about sleep support. So before we talk about what oils we have to support us with sleep-wise, I want to just talk a little bit about a couple of different rituals that you can do to help support your sleep better. So firstly, it would be to make sure that you're eating a little bit earlier. So maybe at kind of 6, 7 o'clock, so you've not got a full stomach when you're going to bed. So leaving a good couple of hours before you go to sleep after you've eaten. To try and reduce your screen time. So obviously I know sometimes it can be hard if you're watching the TV. You can actually get these really good glasses that are orange tinted. If you find that the blue light from your TV or an iPad really affects your sleep, if you struggle to go to sleep, it could be because of the blue light. You can get these orange glasses that actually block out the blue light that disturbs our melatonin in our brain. So that would be something that you could do to try and not have devices in your room. So like phones, iPads, TVs, things like that. And to try and go to bed at the same time most nights. So you've got a regular routine. And also another thing is to turn off your Wi-Fi at night as well. Those of us that are very sensitive energy wise, excuse me, got really bad heartburn with this baby. You can find that the EMF, which is electromagnetic field from your Wi-Fi, can affect your sleep. So turn off your Wi-Fi router at night and off your phone to make sure that that doesn't disturb you as well. So those are a few different practices that you can do just to help to support your sleep in a physical way. And then oils wise, the Serenity Blend, lavender, vetiver. Those I would say would be my go-to oils for sleep. I would start with lavender. If lavender doesn't work, I would move on to Serenity. And if Serenity doesn't work, I would then move on to vetiver. You could use Serenity and vetiver together, which is quite a good combination, particularly if you're really suffering with sleep. And then you have the Serenity soft gels as well, which I spoke to about earlier. These are actually something I take every night. Not that I actually have an issue with sleep, but I find that they give me a much deeper sleep and I feel much more refreshed the next day when I take them. So that's the beauty of these Serenity soft gels. They've just got essential oil in them. So they've got nothing in there that's going to give you any side effects, grogginess, lethargy in the morning. And you won't feel kind of zonked. It's a nice, soft support for your sleep. The other oil that you can use for sleep, especially for children, is Roman chamomile. So there's a few different ways that you can use the oils. You can bathe in them. So you can get a cup of Epsom salts, put a few drops of your lavender or your Serenity or vetiver or all three. And then you can apply them topically. So putting them on the bottoms of your feet, your wrists, sides of your neck, inhaling from your palms. I would recommend you diffuse them in your room. So if you don't want to have the diffuser on when you're asleep, put the diffuser on for about half an hour in your bedroom before you go to bed. Close the door so that the room is filled with the blend in the air. Your body will absorb it through your skin. You'll be breathing it in, and that will aid your sleep. And then you can take the oils as well. So you can either take the Serenity soft gels. You can take lavender and vetiver in a veggie capsule if you prefer to do that. And the other thing with sleep, if you use the oils, go to sleep, and you tend to be somebody who wakes up then in the night, I would then have a rollerball of your lavender or your Serenity or vetiver, and you can reapply that in the night. So on your wrists, sides of your neck, bottoms of your feet, in your palms, breathe it in, and then that will help you to go back to sleep with more ease. So that is supporting stress, overwhelm, anxiety, uplifting, and sleep support. So hopefully you have found that helpful this morning. Trying to keep these less than 30 minutes so that you're not kept too much time. So those of you that have been here live with me, thank you very much. And I'm probably going to have a little break for the next few Saturdays because our baby is due today, our guest date, should we say. So the next couple of Saturdays, I'm probably going to not be teaching, just to have a little break. And if the baby comes, just to kind of integrate her into our family and get used to us being a little family unit. So I'll probably have the next 2 or 3 Saturdays off from teaching, and then I will be back. But I will still be posting in the group in the week, and me and a few of my leaders who are in this community who also share the oils are planning some lovely things for you some wellness weeks to start in November. So we're going to be supporting you in that way and inviting you to some wellness weeks that will be themed on different topics for you in the future. So I hope you all have a lovely rest of your weekend. If you have any questions about anything that I've spoken about today, comment below, message me directly, and I'll be happy to support and guide you. Sending you all lots of love. Mwah. Speak to you soon.